Morning everybody. We are living up to our name today. Bertie Bodgett is going to do some bodging. I'll tell you what I've done. Now this mudguard, really is, any sane person would throw it away and buy another one. I would, I just can't get another one. It's all smashed to buggery. Now I don't know how well that shows up, but what I've done, I painted this black bracket yesterday, so that's dried, and I've bolted it into the mudguard. Now, that's not how it goes. I mean, these are the fixing holes to hold it onto the forks, but to hold that bracket in place, this side is undamaged, so I've bolted the bracket up on this side and then flipping it over. I don't know how well that comes out on camera, but there's like 1, 2, 3 pieces there, but that bracket gives me the alignment for the holes. So I've bolted those pieces on there. On that corner there is a piece completely missing. So what that piece I've glued in there is, actual fact, looking on the inside there, it's a piece of a plastic, the top off an aerosol can, which I've just cut out and shaped roughly. I'm hoping that I've temporarily super glued it in there, and what I'm hoping to do is put some JB weld or filler or something and build that up into its right shape. I don't know how good it's going to come out. It's also cracked from there all the way up there to there on the top. So what I'm going to try and do with that is solder it. I had some success with doing that on the YBR, you may remember. So yeah, we're bodging. We are in full bodge mode today. So let me just get you in a bit. So what the first thing I'm going to do, I've got a hot glue gun here. So I'm going to try and get some glue into there, just to hold that a bit better. Oh, this is messy old shit, this is. I'm pretty sure your view isn't great, guys, but I'll show you afterwards. I'm trying to sort of weld it, if you like, by running some glue. See what it looks like down on the inside, I'm not too concerned about. So, oh, this is messy old shite. I don't like using glue guns, mainly because I'm not very bloody good at it. I wonder if I can get a couple of clamps on there. Unfortunately, I've only got these great big honking things, which probably isn't going to work too well, but let's try it. Hold that in place while that dries a bit, and then meanwhile we have here soldering iron. So we are going to try and solder up some of these cracks. I tell you what, I find that these soldering irons work much better if you turn the things on. Right, okay, I'm just going to run indoors, get my glasses while that's hotting up, and we'll come back and see if we can do some soldering on this plastic. Okay, we're back. Just waiting for the soldering iron to warm up a bit. My plan is if I can solder those cracks together just enough to hold it together so I can get these bolts out, what I can then do is pull that plastic back from that metal, put JB weld all over that metal and use that to bond the metal to the plastic. And I think if that works, it will be very firm, and that'll get us out the shite. So, bodging at its finest. Right, see if there's any heat in this soldering iron. I've done this before, and sometimes there's just not enough material there, and you have to use something as a filler, like a cable tie or something, but I'm not very good at it, I'll be honest with you. But if it holds it together, God dear, if you could smell this, it is awful. And on this side, I mean, you're not going to see it anyway, but I can rub it down and flatten it and put some filler and shit in. So yeah, look, that's put that down before I burn myself. So yeah, that's the soldering. I don't know how well that comes out, but I've sort of fused that piece together there a little, and I'm going to go all the way along there, and I'm going to do all this crack at the top and then see how well that holds. So we'll come back and have a look at that when I've done it. Right, that's done. No, I forgot the end. Right, I'll go back and do that, but basically, as you can see, I've taken the metal bracket back out again, and I've soldered that plastic. I'm not going to pull it too hard because I'm not expecting it to be that strong, but it's holding it in place. I've also gone over that so I can rub that down, put some filler over it. I've gone along the inside of that crack as well. I don't know if that's visible. Yeah, so the plan now is to just smooth that off slightly inside, and then I'm going to put a layer of JB weld on that inside, and then I'm going to secure that bracket and bond it thoroughly onto that. This bracket will take the weight of the mudguard, but being bonded onto that plastic will hopefully give it the strength it requires. In addition to that, I'm going to put some JB weld on the outside of that thing that I've bodged up, and then try and make that up with filler, smooth it all off and get it looking nice. It's as much as I can do with what I've got. So yeah, I'm going to crack on and finish that, and we'll hopefully come back and show you the result. Cheers. There we are. JB welded that, so them two are bonded together. That in turn should hold that weak join. With a bit of JB weld around there, which we can sand down and overfill, hopefully try and build that missing piece back up. Oh, and I still haven't done that. That'll be my next job. But yeah, we'll weld that up. We'll leave that overnight, and we'll see how that looks. Cheers. Right, we are looking at the donor bike. Obviously there's more to it than there is for the main bike at the moment, but we are aiming to rectify that. I am working towards getting that engine out, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to start transferring a couple of little bits and pieces over. We are going to start with this rectifier thingy gizmo, what do you call it? I don't know what it's called. Sparkulator, storage generator, I don't know. Right, so we'll have that off. nice and easy. Myself a bit of rag. I have had this engine running before. I'm just giving this a wipe down. Yeah, I've had this engine running, but it was leaking oil out of the generator housing, so I drained all the oil out, repaired or replaced the gasket. I can't remember what I'd done. I think I put some gasket seal on it, put it all back together again, but I've never, it's still got no oil in it, and I've never fired it up since then, but it should be alright. So let's transfer this over. There's my socket gone. I'm only putting this on because I'm sort of slowly taking parts off that bike as I need them. But I do have a tendency to lose things. Like my marbles, for instance. So if I bolt it on here, even if I have to take it off again at some point in the future, at least it'll be there and I won't lose it. Yep, that's on. What else can we rob? I am going to be putting the what do you call it on, the emissions, I can't think of names now, the thing that people call an EGR valve that's not an EGR valve, but yeah, that will be going back on because they serve a purpose, and taking them off serves no purpose whatsoever. So let's have this coil gizmo thing off next. Also, when I do take this engine out, those brackets are probably going to need a coat of paint, and the engine's going to need a clean up as well, so it won't simply be a case of bolting it in, because it's going to need work. Now, for my own reference here, so I'm talking to myself rather than you guys, but there's green wire there, which is earth. On this side there is a black and yellow. So yeah, that's for me, because I forget shit. Right, give this a bit of a wipe down because I don't want to be putting dirty filthy parts on my shiny new bike. Not that, like I said before, this isn't a restoration. It's a clean up and a bolt together. So, back over to our little project bike. Hang on a minute. Where did I take it off? Oh yeah, of course I did. See how bad my memory is? 2 minutes ago I took that off and I already forgot where I got it from. So, once again, this will have to come off again because it has to have a wire under here, but I just don't know where it is. It's so close, so close. Let me get a little 8mm spanner. Bugger on there. Hang on, let me just Move it round so I can see what the bloody hell I'm doing. Right, I'm going to turn this camera off while I mess about with that, because I think I've got to put a clamp or something on it. Back soon. Right, that's on, and was a lot more difficult than it really needed to be. Something as simple as that. What next? I know. Steering lock. That. There. I think we're going to be in a situation with this bike where I'm going to have different keys for, like, there's going to be one for the tank, different key for the ignition, different key for the steering lock, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's the way it is. And it's the way it is because I cannot buy a complete lock set for it. So I'm having to use bits and pieces that I've just got. So, let's get this on. Sorry for jumping about, guys, but you know, a normal person will just take all the parts off and then put them all on the other bike all at once, but as my wife will testify, I'm not normal. So, let's get this on. And this is in the locked position, which means I've got to go and find the keys. Cheers guys, back soon. Got them! Well, the keys to that anyway. There you go. It's, like I said, it's all bits and pieces, so... this one goes. There's hopefully a little hole in the bottom of the yoke here, which assists you in getting this screw off. There's that one, and then this one is a bolt. No, I don't know why one's a bolt and one's a screw, but that's the way it was. That's the way it's got back on. I could possibly comment. Right, let's test it. Yeah. Working. Steering lock. No one's nicking my frame. Okay. I don't know. What should we do next? What else can we rob? Or have we got to do what I've been avoiding and actually take the engine out? Probably. Probably that's what we've got to do. Yeah, the only trouble is it's a bit of a cock up on my part, because by taking the front end off like I did, it's now supported on that axle stand on the engine mount, which I've now got to remove. I suppose I could put the front end back together again, which might be the easiest thing to do actually. What else? I could take the back end off, I suppose. Yeah, tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to do it off camera because you've seen it before. I'm just going to drop that, just hand tight, drop that yoke assembly back into the front there, so it's got something to stand on, and then that'll make it easier to get the engine out, I think, because it's got no centre stand on it either, which doesn't help. Waffling again. Right, going to turn you off, back soon. Right then, as you can see, so just purely for convenience, I've popped those forks and the yoke back on the front there. Only nipped them up with a spanner, they're not really properly fitted. Now that can stand on its own, I can start popping off the engine brackets and what have you, so I'm going to make a start on that now. Because I don't want to damage it, I'm going to remove that gear change now. Pop it down there. And we'll start doing this top mount. I don't know if there's a proper way to undo them or an order or something, but if there's a wrong way of doing it, I shall find it, don't worry. So, I'll try and keep some sort of order going. I was looking at, I mean, parts, trying to find parts for this is a bit tricky, and I was looking online the other day, and I reckon this is a Zontes Tiger, as you know, but I was looking at a bike called a Moto ZSB, and I was only looking at pictures, so I might be totally wrong, but it would appear to me that it's one and the same bike. So it does give me another avenue, if it's correct, to source parts for it should I need it. And I will need parts. I mean, I haven't got absolutely everything I need to put this together. Finally, that bolt. Now, clutch. I'm going to get that off. I know you guys can't see, so I suppose I brought bring you round, hadn't I? Yeah, I'm just going to try and disconnect that that clutch cable, I think. Let me get some pliers or something. So these Nipex, what do you call them? Water pump wrench? I don't know, but this is my most used tool that I've got in my toolkit. Every single time I've got a job to do, I always reach for this one. Right. So let's put this silly red paint all over the engine. I don't know, but it'll be coming off. Let go, you bugger. I don't want to let go. There we go. She's away. Right, what else? What else? I'll find all the bits that I haven't disconnected when I rip them off. Drop in the engine. I'll tell you what I think I might do. I might put that valve on next. Injection valve. Get that on the frame. It's another little job out the way, isn't it? I'm filming pretty much everything here in real time. How much of it I'll keep, and how much of it I delete, and how much of it I put on time lapse will remain to be seen. I'll probably disconnect that just here. Go, and why should we disconnect that one? Just there? Why not? won't it? Where's my bit of rag? A bit of a wipe down. And I think we'll just pop that straight back on. There you go. I'm legless. Another part. This will probably be in my bloody way fitting the engine actually, but like I said before, I put them on and then I don't lose them. A lot of the nuts and bolts on this this donor bike are new, as you can see, because I was originally I was going to try and put it on the road long before I started making YouTube videos, to be honest with you, but can't go back on the road. In fact, what I'm going to do when I've got everything I want off it is I'm going to get my angle grinder out and I'm going to cut the frame in half. Which is what I believe you're supposed to do anyway. Okay, right. Yet another part. I don't know what young lad thought. It'd look really cool if I put all these little bits of red all over this bike. Like that. But it don't. It looks shit. Now what? Back ones maybe? They're bigger. Ah, of course I'm wrong. 13. Yeah, that's the fella. Whole thing turning. Spring in there. That's all packed out with washers. That's a bit of a bodge. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but I don't know if that's visible at all. Probably not. But there you are. That engine mount is all packed out with washers. I wonder if that was done at the factory. They're all going to fall out everywhere when I take this bolt out. As far as I'm aware, this engine and frame, you see all the washers just fall out, yeah. This engine and frame have been together since new. As far as I know. Why they, they've the engine there, I don't know if that's visible at all. It's just there. You can see the gap between the engine. Yeah, it's all packed out with washers. Cowboys everywhere. Now, what next? You've got stuff over there. You'll be out of my way then. Yep. Let's pick all them washers up. I will probably try and find spacers if I can, rather than put all them washers back in. Because I think if you're going to do it properly with spacers. I mean, might not be able to, we might end up putting the bloody washers back in, but let's have that one. I'm going to take this step off because it's in my way. Do 17, nailed it. Oh, bloody hell. That is tough. Oh, gotcha. Back in there so we don't lose it. Again, that'll need painting. Right, next. Is that even a bolt? Try and get it from this side. There you go. There you are. Well, whatever it is, it ain't even taut. I think I need my universal spanner again. What we're looking at, we've got 1 minute of recording left. So guys, I'm afraid I'm going to have to turn you off and crack on without you while I put my camera on charge. I've got 1 minute of recording left. Bring you back when I've done more and when we've got some charge. Cheers.